Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. I can tell you, honest friend, what to believe. Believe life, it teaches better than a book or orator. Mountains cannot be surmounted, except by winding paths. Do not give in too much to feelings. An overly sensitive heart is an unhappy possession on this shaky earth. For a man to achieve all that is demanded of him, he must regard himself as greater than he is. If you knew how rarely we are understood correctly, you would be silent more often. If you treat an individual as he is, he will remain how he is, but if you treat him as if he were what he ought to be and could be, he will become what he ought to be and could be. Everyone hears only what he understands. A man should hear a little music, read a little poetry, and see a fine picture every day of his life, in order that worldly cares may not obliterate the sense of the beautiful, which God has implanted in the human soul. Nothing is worth more than this day. You can easily judge a man's character by how he treats those who can do nothing for him. The most ridiculous desire is the desire to please everybody. Catch a good mood, it so rarely visits us. Divide and conquer is a wise rule, but unite and lead is even better. A creation of importance can only be produced when its author isolates himself. It is a child of solitude. The best government is that which teaches us to govern ourselves. When a person thinks deeply and seriously, he has a bad time among the general public. Go to foreign countries, and you will get to know the good things one possesses at home. The longer you live alone, the less the crowd appeals, the less you need others to fill the silence, the more you find peace in solitude's whispers. What is not started today is never finished tomorrow. Everybody wants to be somebody, but nobody wants to grow. If each of us sweeps right under our feet, the whole world will be clean. There are people who never make mistakes, because they don't want to do it. Destiny grants us our wishes, but in its own way, in order to give us something beyond our wishes. The greatest thing in this world is not so much where we stand, as in what direction we are moving. Many people take no care of their money, until they come near the end of it, and others do the same with their time. Nothing shows a man's character more than what he laughs at. To think is easy, to act is hard, but the hardest thing in the world is to act in accordance with you thinking. Ingratitude is a kind of weakness. Outstanding people are never ungrateful. Love is an ideal thing, marriage a real thing. Those who stopped loving and making mistakes have buried themselves alive. If you treat an individual as he is, he will remain how he is, but if you treat him as if he were what he ought to be, and could be, he will become what he ought to be, and could be. Everything is hard before it is easy. Art is the mediator of what cannot be said. We all live upon the past, and through the past, we are destroyed. No one knows what his powers are, until he uses them. True greatness begins with understanding your own insignificance. Man's manners are a mirror in which his portrait is reflected. The way you see people is the way you treat them, and the way you treat them is what they become. It is better to make an approximately correct decision than a precise mistake. Talent is formed in silence, character in stormy disturbances of light. Whoever wishes to keep a secret must hide the fact that he possesses one. Give a man a purpose worth living for, and he can survive in any situation. One always has enough time, if one applies it well. Correction does much, but encouragement does more. An intelligent person is not the one who knows a lot, but the one who knows himself. Our friends show us what we can do, our enemies teach us what we must do. We know accurately only when we know little. With knowledge, doubt increases. He who moves not forward, goes backward. What you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. Too many parents make life hard for their children by trying to zealously to make it easy for them. Of all the thieves, idiots are the most harmful. They steal our time and mood from us. Daring ideas are like chess men moved forward. They may be beaten, but they may start a winning game. The greatest evil that can befall a man is that he should come to think ill of himself. To be pleased with one's limits is a wretched state. As soon as you trust yourself, you will know how to live. Doubt can only be removed by action. There is more to hopeless slavery than the slavery of those slaves who consider themselves free from fetters. A person lives a real life if he is happy with someone else's happiness. We do not have to visit a madhouse to find disordered minds. Our planet is the mental institution of the universe.